Hello, welcome, my friends. Let's see, I see that we are live. Okay, just like to check all the places. All right, let's see, there's that. All right, friends. Hi. I see some of you hopping on for our live. Welcome. Welcome to you, whether you are watching via Facebook or via YouTube, because I'm going live on both of them again this week to try this out again. Went okay last week, so thought we would try it again this week. So, welcome. Hello, Melissa. So nice to see you. All right. So I'm coming live on a different night tonight. So thank you guys for bearing with me. Tomorrow is kind of an important day here in the United States of America. We have an election tomorrow, our primary election for president, plus a lot of other things going on. And so my husband and I kind of have a tradition where we go and vote together after work at our local voting precinct, and then we go have dinner and we contemplate the ways of the world and did we just do the right thing by voting for the right candidates and making the right choices that we needed to make. So he said, can we please still do that tomorrow? And can you switch your Facebook Live? So that's what I'm doing. I'm switching my Facebook Live so that we can do that tomorrow night. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. Welcome. So, thank you for being here tonight. If you're watching the replay tomorrow, I'm still happy for you to be here on Tuesday as well. And maybe this will give you something fun to watch instead of maybe watching the nonsense that'll be all over the TV tomorrow, because there'll be lots of nonsense. But anyway, hello. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jennifer with One Crafty Sister, and I am so happy that you're here tonight for some live crafting. Now, I have 3 projects tonight for you to make, and I know I said I was going to make 4, but I have 3. But the fun thing is that I'm going to have a mystery project or a bonus project for anyone who takes advantage of my free online class special that starts today. So this is a free online class. Every week I come, typically on Tuesday, this week on Monday, to offer a free class for you, usually with 4 projects. Tonight I'm going to do 3, and I always have a special for you that if you place an order using my host code, which is shared in the video description, whether you're here on Facebook or over here on YouTube, the information is all in the video description. There's a link to my online store and a host code. When you use that host code, you will be able to get a kit to make all of these projects sent to you in the mail as a thank you when you place a minimum $40 order. Now this week I have a little bit of a bonus, is that when you bump your order up to a $50 order, I'm going to send you a free pack of embellishments. Now they might not all be the same. I have some embellishments I want to give away to you, and I'll show you some of them that they potentially could be when we flip the camera down in a minute. And you actually have 2 options today. Since I came early this week, if you had not placed your order with last week's host code, which is good through today, and you could get last week's card class, which you can go check the video and see if you really loved those projects, you could place your order today with last week's host code. That's not in this video description, it's in last week's video description, but typically it would be still active through today. So I don't want to take that away if anyone was looking forward to getting the kit for those projects. But if you want to get the kit for this week's projects, then you'll use the host code that is shared in this video. All right, well, let's turn the camera down. Let me just check one more thing here. All right. Hi, Karen. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you. I love my craft space too. This is my happy place. This place and my studio is definitely my happy place. So I feel blessed to have all this fun creativity surrounding me all the time. All right, let's flip the camera down, and you're not going to see a whole lot. You're just going to see my table. Ooh. But I wanted to show you some of the things that you might get in the mail if you placed an order this week of $50 or more. I have some awesome embellishments that I need to gift. So let me show you what some of your options might be when you place a $50 order. Ooh, I just dropped a whole bunch. I have so many fun embellishments that want a home with you. Some Christmas ones. All right, I just want you to see. There's a variety. There's no telling which ones you're gonna get. I have a whole bunch, and there's more where that came from. So when you place a $50 or more order, I'm going to also include with your kit a free brand new pack of current either mini catalog, online exclusive, or annual catalog embellishments. They are ready to go and ready to make you happy. All right, let's start crafting. We're going to start out, first of all, show of hands in the comments. Does anyone need a quick and easy Christmas card that you could replicate really fast? So just say in the comments like, yes, Jennifer, easy Christmas cards. Easy Christmas cards. Because sometimes you need to make multiples, right? And that means that you need some easy products to do that with. So yes, Karen says yes, she needs some easy Christmas cards. Okay, I know others do. All right, I am going to, Jennifer says yes, she needs some easy Christmas cards. All right, we're gonna make a really cute and easy card with this Naughty and Nice bundle. So I don't know if you've seen this yet. It's the Naughty and Nice stamp set, but it coordinates with this punch, which, oh my gosh, what is this punch called? I want to call it the storybook punch, but I know that's not accurate. That's an old punch that we used to have. So let me look here in my catalog. Ooh, let's see. It's not in that catalog. It's in my annual catalog. Melissa Winko, you're here. Tell me what punch this is. Melissa Winko is on my team, the Craftastics, and anytime I can't remember anything, I just say, hey, Melissa, I see you in the video. What's this punch? It coordinates with this neat line art label stamp here. And we're going to make the cutest card. And it is really simple. And you could make it more complicated. But you said, oh, it's the labeled with love punch. Oh, Jennifer, thank you. You beat Melissa to it. So the labeled with love punch. And it coordinates with more than one stamp set. So it coordinates with this, but there's a couple other stamps and some other stamp sets that this coordinates with. So this is just a really cute Christmas card that you could make, let's see, and kind of whip them up pretty fast. All right, you could make them more complicated, like I said, but I'm keeping this easy and simple because you might need to make a whole lot of them. And I'm going to even do something slightly different to kind of take this one up a notch a little bit when I make it. So this is the Naughty and Nice stamp set. And it has not only this cute little Santa hat or elf hat and elf shoes, it has this adorable little bow, some images that you could make really cute, like a little stamp. Like this reminds me of the postmarked stamp, and wrapped with love, that looks kind of like a post. You've got the From the North Pole Elves, which is what we're going to use today. Naughty or Nice. Just some fun little things. This would make great tags for your Christmas baked goods. If you are a baker and you make Christmas baked goods, then that would be a really fun stamp set for you to make some cute little tags. But let's go ahead and pull out the supplies here. We have a thick basic white card base. We have a piece of shaded spruce and some of my favorite ribbon. This is the black and very vanilla large check ribbon. And the way we're going to take this up a notch compared to this card is we're going to actually color this tonight. So I didn't do it on the sample, but I want to do that for you now. We're going to do that first so we can give it a little bit of time to dry. So I am pulling out some grid paper here. And it's a messy grid paper because I use it. And it's not too dirty yet, so I still need to use it some more. So I'm going to pull out a dark cherry cobbler Stampin' Blend. Oh, that's real red. That is not the right color. I don't want real red. I want dark cherry cobbler. Let's see. Out of all my reds, real red. I have a ton of real red. Oh, there it is. Dark cherry cobbler. Okay. So all I'm going to do to color this is I'm going to use the brush tip, and I'm going to start down here. And I am just going to take and drag the brush tip down the ribbon. Move to the next section. Now I will tell you, if you do a lot of this with a marker, you will end up eating up the tip of your marker some. So just know, markers are disposable. They're a low price point to replace them. You're going to use up a lot of the ink anyway doing this. And so you might need to replace them afterwards anyway. So don't worry about it, because you can always get another set. You can always change up your colors. You can use real red on here as well. You don't have to use cherry cobbler. You can use the shaded spruce. You can use all kind of colors. And you turn it over and you can see it mostly colored everything just from the other side, but just maybe a little bit on the edges it didn't. So I'm just going to kind of drag it down the edges. All right. Okay. So now I have that all colored, and you can see how cute it is now that it is colored cherry cobbler in black. I love it. All right, we're gonna let it dry while we move on to the rest of the card. Now, as I'm doing this, for those of you who need to have a more complicated card, I'm going to give you a couple of ideas of ways that you could take it up a notch if you wanted. Number one, you could add a piece of DSP onto this piece of cardstock here if you wanted to mat like a piece of other designer series paper, especially some of the Take a Bow DSP would look fun. Might not look so good with this ribbon, but I would stick to something that is still kind of like a, even like, we're going to use some of this paper in a little bit, and this isn't the right thing, not the right color, but a pattern like this, you could take something like that in the right color shade. I don't know if there's any in this. I'm seeing all the wrong colors here. But you could take another pattern paper and mat it here and give it a little bit different detail. But again, I said this is going to be a card that you could kind of make quickly to make a bunch to send out. We're going to stamp this label die in cherry cobbler. Right there. And then we're going to stamp some cute little pieces. So we need our little elves shoes. Adorable. Let's see, we're all done with that. We'll close that up. We are gonna stamp those elf shoes right down here at the bottom. So cute. Then we're gonna pull our sentiment out that says from the North Pole Elves. And we're gonna stamp that right there. And now we need that little cute Santa or elf hat. Stamp that right there. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I tell you, I kind of feel like I'm coming down with a cold today, and I don't like that. I don't have time to be cold, to have a cold. I don't want nothing to do with a cold. But I started sneezing the heck out of things earlier today. Whew. Excuse me. And it started at work today, so I'm not really excited about that. Okay, I'm going to color in with some Stampin' Blends. I have my dark cherry cobbler here. Got a little colored a little out of the lines there. Remember when I said I had the wrong color? I think I used the wrong color here, but you can't really tell, so that's okay. I'm going to color the little elf shoes with some crumb cake. Okay. And then I'm going to give him some shaded spruce stockings. You could, if you have a good steady hand, you could draw some stripes. I'm not good at drawing. That is why I love stamps. Okay. And then we need some Wink of Stella on the white part of this little hat. Because why not? Okay. All right, there is our punched out label. And now we just need to take our snips and trim this out. It's a little quick trim. And don't worry, if you're not ready to make Christmas cards and maybe you're still making Thanksgiving cards or thankful cards, I do have one of those for you tonight. Now my nose is all running because I sneezed. Don't you hate it when that happens? The worst part is that on film, the last thing you want to do is hear me sniffle all over the place. I'm going to try to, I guess I'm not going to do that. Oh, hold on just a second. I'm going to try to blow my nose real quick. Okay, hopefully that will help. Okay, we're going to add our little hat just on a little mini dimensional right onto our little label. So cute. Like so. And now we're going to take our ribbon. Now when you do this, what you're going to notice after your ribbon dries is it's a little like not as soft and flexible as it was. Like it actually makes your ribbon a little harder. So what I like to do is I like to take my bone folder and just kind of pull it down the ribbon a couple times in both directions, just to kind of make it a little bit more flexible again, and not have it be so rigid. Okay. So I love that you can change the color of a ribbon. So have you ever colored your ribbon with Stampin' Blends yet? You can do it, you can do this to your white baker's twine or any of your lighter colors of baker's twine. You can do it to any of your lighter colors of ribbon. Let's see. It's just fun to change it up like that. All right. And look how cute that is. That is so very cute. We're gonna trim our ends. And now if you want to make sure that your bow is, you know, exactly where you want it and it's going to stay in place, I like to just take a mini glue dot and stick it right underneath my bow, and that will kind of keep it from moving around. Okay, now I'm going to take and add this up on dimensionals. Okay, and then I'm going to add this to my card base. I did this one flat. I feel like I want to pop this one up, so I'm going to add a bunch of dimensionals to it for fun, just to do it a little different. The bottom of this sheet, so I gotta chop it all up. I actually love using all the edges and pieces of my dimensionals. All right, there we go. Get these suckers off. Okay, so we'll add that to our card base. And now we need to add some bling because it is a simple card. So we are going to pull in some of these shaded spruce tinsel gems. And we're just going to give it a bunch. Because we can. All right. So there you go. Simple, yes. Easy to replicate, absolutely. Adorable with the colored ribbon, 100%. And there's so many different ways that you could do this same card. If you had patterned paper in the back and a solid color ribbon, that would be a fun way. So you could use the Take a Bow. It is one of my favorite little DSPs because it's very whimsical. You could take and put this in the background and then add the shaded spruce ribbon. Okay, so still do the same here, but you could do this combo for your paper and ribbon, and this could still be the same. That would be super cute. Or if you wanted to do something completely different, you don't even have to use traditional colors. Are you a purple girl? You could give your elf a purple hat and use some different papers and create your own flair for your little elf card. So lots of ways that you could take this card, make it your own, make a whole bunch, and send it out to all of your friends and family. All right. Hi, Debbie. Nancy, you haven't colored with your Stampin' Blends on your ribbon? It's a fun technique. I hope you could see that here tonight. All right. Next, I am going to share a card with you that was from my card club this month. And I don't usually share my card club cards, but this is a great way to have a easy, adorable Christmas card, taking advantage of your designer series paper. So this is a piece of the Snowy Scenes designer series paper, and it has all of these fun snow globes on it. And each one of them can make an adorable card. And I just loved, I'm trying to fix the bow on the card off camera because it got all funky. I carried it in an envelope and everything got all messy. Okay, there we go. So I used this adorable snow globe paired with another one of the patterned papers in the pack in the Snowy Scenes designer series paper and made this really adorable snow globe card. Okay, so I'm going to make one for you tonight, but I think I am going to do this adorable snow globe. I don't know. I kind of like the bigger ones for this, but yeah, you know, it's a hard choice. I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this little cute penguin. So the first thing I need to do is cut out this piece because we're going to use the coordinating dies from the bundle to cut that out. Let's see. I need another tissue. Hold on just a second. My nose will not quit running. Okay. Let me pull out the dies here out of my... Okay. So there are dies for either the round or the crochet snow globe. So we're going to use the round one. And the great thing about these is that they're slightly smaller than these images, so they're pretty forgiving when you go to cut them out. So I'm gonna pull my cut and emboss out up here. And need the new. Okay. So I'm gonna see. I don't know if I want to risk cutting them at the same time. So I think I'm gonna do them separately. Oops. The patterns on the snowy scenes are so cute, and this really was one of my favorite card clubs. Right. So we have our pieces cut, and you can see here, let me show you, get this out of the way first. You can see that, like I said, there's a little bit of forgiveness. You can see the border of the snow globe and of the base. So it makes it pretty easy to cut out. And we have this cute snow globe. Now I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to glue these together, stick these together with a piece of tear and tape. Okay. And then they're going to be popped up. These are going to be popped up on dimensionals. So down to the corners on lots of my dimensional sheets. Makes me feel accomplished when I throw these away though. Do you ever feel that way? You're like, yes, another one bites the dust. Okay. Just gonna do that. I just want it well supported. Okay, so the next thing is we just need to layer some papers. Now I used on here some Pool Party crinkle ribbon from our clearance rack because this ribbon was on back order, not available, and I did not check today to see if it was available, the pom-pom ribbon, but if it is not, then use the Pool Party crinkle ribbon and it will do the job perfectly for you. All right, we're gonna add, I love this holly berry pattern, although this pattern is very cute as well. Oh, there's no, is there really Pool Party in there? Can I think I can pull that off. I'm gonna do it different. I'm gonna use the back side. Okay. I want this to go behind where the little neck is between the snow globe and the base. So I kind of marked my spot here. I'll turn it over. And I'm going to use a couple pieces of tear and tape to tape that down. You could use regular tape. I just use what I have handy, and I have tear and tape handy all the time. Okay. This layer is going to be added to my card base on dimensionals. This card has lots of dimensionals. You don't have to do as many dimensionals as I do, but I felt like it's fun. It is fun. They are my favorite adhesive. So that's going to be centered on the card front. This piece is going to be popped up right on top. Boy, they are, dimensional backs are probably as bad, maybe not as bad, but they're almost as bad as glitter. You find them everywhere. I find them everywhere in my house. On me, in my bed, on my feet, you name it. Okay, I have this little piece of real red and white baker's twine that I'm just going to slide under here. And tie a little bow. And I'm going to pull it tight so it kind of wrinkles up the ribbon, because that's cute. Okay, so there you go. And now we need a sentiment, but let's go ahead and take and put this. This is the cut off piece. This was the 6-inch piece, and this is what I cut off the bottom. So I'm going to use that to decorate the inside of my card. So I'm just going to mimic the same border that I have on the card front. Right. There is that. And now we need a sentiment. So from the Snowy Wonder stamp set, I'm going to pull out the Season's Greetings, or you could use Let It Snow, but maybe we'll do Let It Snow since we have the little, we'll do this one all kinds of different. We'll do this one to say Let It Snow. Grab a little scrap here. That's not what I want. And I'm going to stamp this in Garden Green. Maybe I'm going to stamp this one in Poppy Parade to kind of pop it off. Since I'm doing it different, why not? I'll go ahead and pull the Poppy Parade out. Pull out my foam mat since I am stamping with a photopolymer stamp here. That's stamped beautifully. Beautifully. And now I'm going to take my snips The fun thing about these sentiments is some of them are block lettering, so you don't have to fancy cut too much around things, just a little bit. I know I've been doing a lot of this fancy cutting lately, and there was a day when I would not have done any of it. And it's just kind of funny that I'm doing it now. All right, not quite so pointy. All right, clean it up. I think that's about ready to go on there. You could always just leave it a little rectangle, but now we are going to pop that up right there with what? Some dimensionals. Now a little tip, and we don't need it on here, but this is on dimensionals, and I put this sentiment on dimensionals, and I carried it over past the snow globe. So to do that, I don't know if you can see, but I have double dimensionals over here because I needed to match the height. So there's one underneath this side, but where it's not on the snow globe, I put two so that it's the same height all the way across. Now this one, we don't have to worry about that because it's a smaller sentiment. And I'm just going to add it up here. Right there. Like that. And there is a really cute snow globe card. Now out of your paper, you could make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards like this. And you don't have to throw these pieces away because you could totally cut these off and add them to the inside of a card. Okay, so these are not waste. You could tuck them in on the inside of a card. Since I have, you know, the penguin, I could take this one and put it over here if I wanted to. That could be kind of cute. Just a little tip. So don't throw away those pieces because you think that they're no good. All right. So there is a cute little snow globe card. There you go. Now, if you place an order and I send you one of these kits, you might not get the exact combination that I have here. Because I have 10 here, I will cut them out and find the best pattern papers that go with each one. So when I send your kit, it might not look exactly like this, but I promise it will be cute. Fussy fiddly. Karen, you're funny. Okay, let's go on to our last card, which is more of like a Thanksgiving card. So something that you might, if you are making Thanksgiving cards, you could definitely do this. And now what's cool about this, before I even show you the sample, is you are going to take, I'm using the Splendid Autumn DSP. This paper is gorgeous and it has all the beautiful fall patterns. Fall sceneries, flowers, trees, kind of abstract, okay? Just really beautiful. And you're going to use a whole 6x6 sheet, and this is all you're going to have left over for waste, is this little square. So if you like to not waste, then I hope that you'll like this. So this is the card. Now I'm going to use some different paper, so I wanted to be able to show you two different looks using some of the same products. And then you open it up so you get to see the inside of the both sides of the designer series paper. So here is the beautiful flowers, and then here is the back piece that is wild wheat colored inspired here. And then I used the countryside corners to create this central focal point as well as the sentiment and a little writing area here. So this is a fun card, like you don't have to write a whole bunch on it because it doesn't take a whole lot to tell someone that you are thankful for them. Now I am going to use this pattern on tonight's card so I could show you something different. All right, and I was just folding it just to show you, like, this is how it might come to you, okay, when you order your kit. Here is, just as an example, if you wanted to see what last week's kit looks like, because I have them some sitting here ready to mail out. Oops. You'll get an envelope of some sort, and it might differ each week depending on what's being sent out to you. So it might be in a padded envelope, or from last week they'll go out in these craft envelopes, and inside you'll have everything kind of all packaged up, all nice and pretty. There'll be a label here and also some information stuck in here for you about what it is, so you know when you get it what it is for. Okay, so it's going to be all neat and organized for you, just special for you, and you'll have also like a little surprise little gift from me in there. So here is our card pieces that we're going to use. I'm using for this the Natural Tones linen thread that comes in Cajun Craze, Night of Navy, and Garden Green. I used the Garden Green on this card. We're going to use the Night of Navy on this because I felt like it was good at pulling out the blues here. But I'm using the same other basic colors. So I have Basic Beige and Crushed Cajun Craze here. Basic Beige and Cajun Craze. And this piece is embossed with our Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. So this is one of those big embossing folders that you can do 2 entire card panels on, so you can see. Can fit a lot in this embossing folder, or a bunch of these. You could fit 4 of these in here if you wanted to make a bunch of these to send out next week for Thanksgiving card. But let's go ahead and cut and score our paper. I folded it right where we're going to cut it, so I'm just going to cut an inch off the bottom. So I have that, and we're going to use part of it. I don't know if we're going to use that piece or the back. And then we're going to score at 2 1/4. Now, if you did not know, let me make sure that's where I want to score it. Do I want to do it that way? Yeah, I'm going to do it the same way I did this one. If you're new to me, you might not know that every Tuesday, or every Wednesday typically, but it'll be tomorrow since I am going live early, I will send out the tutorial to my email list. So you'll get pictures of all these projects as well as measurements and the tutorials. And then all the supplies when you place an order with me this week through next Monday. And I said at the beginning of the video, but because I went early, you have the option to get last week's make and takes by using last week's host code, or this week's by using this week's host code, since I went live early. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take and adhere this designer series paper onto our Cajun Craze. And then we're going to adhere this layer onto the Basic Beige. Okay. So you have all those nice contrasting borders. And now we need to glue these two pieces together. Now, you don't necessarily need to do this, but I wanted to have this piece be well supported. And so when you emboss something, it gets a little, it breaks down the fibers and can get a little not as strong, you know, a little bendy. So I am going to adhere it onto another unembossed piece here. Just to make it nice and rigid. Okay. And that will just make it kind of feel stronger on your card. All right, now I'm going to glue this onto my card base. Oops, I'm not quite, kind of crooked here. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to add glue to one side. Adhere that down. Oh, I forgot, hold on, wait. I forgot to do my twine. Let me pull out and just put some silicone down here for a second. Just gonna use my, since I have glue on here, I don't want to get it all over my table. Take and tie a bow with my twine around this first, and then I'm going to add it there. I love baker's twine. We can never have enough colors. Although tonight, can't quite get it tight enough. Let me show you my little hack. When that happens to you, because it will, just pick up one of your glue dots with your snips, put it right where you want the bow to be, pull it tight and stick it down, and now it will hold it in place. And you don't have to worry about trying to hold your ribbon taut. That works with ribbon and baker's twine. Okay. All right, I'm going to add more glue to that. And this piece we're going to add to our card base, but we're going to put it where you can't see it. So what I'm going to do is kind of hold it right behind the one on the card front. Add some glue to it. And close the card. That way, you can kind of straighten it since you use liquid glue if it's not quite where you want it, but you just don't want it to peek out from the side of the front. And now we have our sentiment. The sentiment I used is So Thankful for You from the So Sincere, which is an awesome stamp set. So I don't know if you don't have this one. I've used it several times. Like, I love this, hope you feel better soon, hope your day is a happy one, you're in my hearts and prayers. It's just great. Love spending time with you. Just, there's so many great sentiments. It's a must-have. All right, now I'm going to stamp the sentiment here in Night of Navy. just love the fonts on it too. If you don't have a Simply Chamois in your stash, it's a great stamp cleaner. Makes it super easy to clean your stamps. All right, so I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of this. Let's see. I didn't put it all the way over to the right because it's going to hang off a little bit. All right. Now we need some embellishments. And let's see. I don't like those. Hold on. What I originally had on this card, oh, I think that will still work. This nice golden color, because it still has some of those golden colors in it. So these embellishments are the gold textured adhesive dots. Excuse me. So I'm just going to add, stuck the wrong way, 3 to my card, like so. And there you go. You can see that with any of the patterns here, you can, oh, I forgot to stick this piece in here. Uh-oh. All right, so I'm going to do something different. I'm going to stick it on the inside. Why not? It doesn't have to go there, right? It can go over here. Why not? Just to pull in some more of those colors. But I do need to trim it. All right, so now I'm going to take this. All right. I'm cutting backwards. I can't quite. There we go. So that's all you have for waist. And we added that little piece of detail on the inside. Just in a different spot than there. That was my original plan, but anyway. It's a fun layout of a card. You can use any shape die here. You don't have to use what I did, but I will say that these are some of my most used and loved dies, the countryside corners. I use them a lot. Those in the deckled rectangles get a lot of love in my craft room. So let's pull the cards back out again. So we have that fall thankful card. We had our cute snow globe. And our sweet and simple, quick Christmas card that you could make a bunch of. And you can color your ribbon. So there's 3 cards, all looking cute. Which one is your favorite? I have to tell you, this one is my favorite. Oops. I do love this layout, and I love the way that you get to use your whole sheet of paper. So this is really one of my favorites. And I love this Daisy, Black-Eyed Susan, whatever pattern this is. So if you don't have this paper, I suggest that you order it. It was back in stock, the Splendid Autumn. So beautiful. But you could do it with other papers. I could see it done. It would be super fun with the Sentimental Christmas. Okay, if you want to make some Christmas cards with it, that would be super fun. Because all those patterns, I mean, even this pattern, you know, would be so cute with the snowflakes and then those little reindeer. Any pattern that has coordinating pattern on the B side or the back side. And remember, that's one of the things that Stampin' Up! Does best is all of those color coordinating patterns. So I'm glad that you like them all, Karen. Let's see, Lisa, you had a question about will the card stand up? So this card, not really. So, I mean, it doesn't really stand up, but some people take and they have things that they clip their cards on, or they might do something else with them. So I wouldn't worry so much about them being able to stand it up. I know a lot of cards are that way, but you could definitely, I wouldn't say don't make a card like this because it can't stand up. But yes, so this one does not stand up. Let's see. Just going through and looking for some other questions. Lisa said she can't tie baker's twine. It always twists up on me. So try, I don't know if you saw the tip where I used the glue dot, Lisa, to stick it. I stuck the glue dot like right behind the bow here. Try that and see if that helps you with tying your bow and it not twisting up. Because I think that might help you. Just looking through the comments. It's so nice to see all you guys tonight. Let's see. All right. Oh, Nancy asked, what is the stamp set that has the elf? That is Naughty and Nice. Okay. So that is, if you want to write the number down, it's 164358. And let me just look real quick at something. Whoops, jingle, jingle. It is $18. Okay, so it's a really good value, $18. And even though I used the punch for this, you don't even have to have the punch. You could still do that without the punch, but the punch, so this is an $18 stamp set. And then the punch is in stock. The Labeled with Love punch is $23 in the US. Okay. All right, guys, so remember, I did 3 cards, but when you place an order of $40 or more, you're going to get, using the host code from tonight, you're going to get the kit in the mail to make all 3 of these projects plus a secret bonus project. It's secret. I promise you're going to love it. When you place an order of $50 or more, you're also going to get a free embellishment. At the beginning of the video, I pulled out a bunch of embellishments and said that you're going to get one of those. I have a bunch of lovely embellishments. So they're not all the same, but they're all current out of our current catalog, mini catalog, or our online exclusives. So you will love getting those bling in your kit. And if you really loved last week's projects, go back and check that video out. You can place your order with last week's host code. So we kind of have 2 host codes for just today because I came live early. So you can use last week's host code to order and get last week's projects, and this week's host code to get this week's projects plus 1 mystery project. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stamping tonight, and I look forward to coming back next week, back on my regular scheduled time on Tuesday. And if you have any other questions, just leave them, and I will be hanging out in the comments a little bit tonight, and will throughout the days to come. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and I will see you guys another time. Have a great night. Bye.